Did you get closure tonight, Jason?
So you know what? I think that I had somewhat closure when Becca and I broke up, and on top of that, I went back to her room honestly because our relationship was built on character and love and family and friends, and I wanted to make sure that we closed it with character and class. So when we closed those doors, I felt good about the fact that she was moving in direction to find happiness. I was in a position to do so, and today just further justified that. So she's a great girl. I hope to continue to be friends with her, and she put me in a better position today than I've ever been to find what I'm looking for.
Oh, I talked to her. She said she'd love to be friends with you.
Perfect. We're going to be friends then. It's great.
So great. But I did think that you handled your breakup so classy. It was one of the best breakups in Bachelor history. Now, let's talk about how there's a huge difference in breaking up in real life and breaking up on The Bachelor. Because breaking up on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, it's like cold turkey. You're like, wait, am I ever going to see or talk to you again?
It is. I think that's the difficulty in it. And that's why I was so hurt. And that's why watching it back today hurt so much because I remember the pain I was going through. And this is someone that literally I was building a really strong friendship with. And I had met her best friends. And she had met my best friends. And she had met my family. And we had shared stories of loved ones of people that are no longer with us. So it was much more than physical and, you know, a good kiss here and there. It was deep. And we had intellectual conversation that was sparked by emotional dialogue. And to say goodbye to someone like that, not knowing what's next or if there will ever be a relationship again, is really challenging. So I think that's what, led to how difficult it was. But I also think that things, we'll see what happens between everything, and I think there's a friendship to be had.
That's nice. Kissing. You wouldn't really spill your secrets on why you're so good at it. You said there's chapstick involved. What is your chapstick? Get sponsored here, dude. Get sponsored.
Let's get some chapstick. Well, first of all, I did say she didn't forget my name after we kissed, so that was a good thing. But she forgot my freaking name early on. But that being said, I think there was the emotional connection, which I alluded to, which helped build the chemistry within the physical dynamic of the relationship. But I'm going to have to hold off on what the secret sauce is. I can't give it out just yet, but there is a good chapstick involved.
I need your chapstick. Okay, anyway, speaking of kissing and all that physical intimacy, you didn't get to the fantasy suite. But yet, it seemed like you really wanted more time with her, so much so that you came back. Do you think if you could go back in time, you would have preferred to have the fantasy suite and then gotten sent home the day after?
Absolutely, and the only reason why.
Absolutely, you would have rather have the fantasy suite.
So I would have rather had the fantasy suite for the reason that fantasy suite equals more time. And the difference between me and the other two guys was they had 2 one-on-ones. They also got group date roses and a first impression rose. And Becca said it herself. She was falling in love with me, but she had fallen in love with them. And I think a huge component of that is time. So for me, if I had more time, I think it would have gave more clarity to the situation, and then we could have walked away with more confidence at that time. So that being said, I think that would have led to more time, more openness, more clarity, and an easier fashion to move on.
Okay. But not necessarily a change in decision.
Correct.
Speaking of decision, she's got quite one coming up.
Yes.
Which guy were you closest to, Blake or Garret? And which one do you think is better for her?
So I was close with both of them, but I was closer with Garret. I think in general that Garret just seemed to fit the background that she was looking for. They had a lot of similarities. They were constantly laughing from conversation we had. So I think they're both great guys. I don't think she can make a wrong decision there. But I would have to lean in the fact that I think her and Garret had more of a natural chemistry from day one to where they're at today.
Last question. You are the only guy here right now who's not going to Paradise. Why is that, and can we possibly see you as the next Bachelor?
So Paradise was too quick of a turnaround for what I went through with Becca, and I went
for top 3. I usually say it is.
Yeah, so it was too quick of a turnaround emotionally, and I just wasn't there, and I wouldn't want to put myself in that position unless I was. And as far as Bachelor goes, this experience was greater than I could have ever imagined in every competency there was. So that being said, I would highly consider that opportunity, but I think there's a laundry list of people that also have a great chance at that.